What is up? What is up, Miss Villagers? It is good to see you. I hope all is well. As you can see, I am rocking my Alma tea. She is my special lady. Anyway, I'm sure that you guys are going nuts with all this Corona stuff. I hope that you guys are staying safe. I hope that you're social distancing. This will not be a Corona talk, however. This is going to be a talk just to say what's up to my peeps, give you guys some updates, some happy updates I think that you will enjoy. Hello to the first people that are here. It's very good to see you. Let's see if this, quarantining thing is going to break our numbers since everybody's home. Anyway, what is up, Chris? What is up, Geneva? So, things that are happening. Most prescient, most personally, Nick is feeling better. He had a cold. I didn't want to let you guys know because I thought you might be afraid that he had Corona or whatever, but he is doing good. He is happy. He is healthy. He is recording monsters. He is about 20% of the way through the book. I think that he will be able to finish the first rough cut in the next 7 days or so. I'm listening as we go along. We're gonna make small tweaks, just like any sound effects or anything else like that, and then we submit it, and I'm gonna put it up for pre-order on Audible. And we're gonna do some fun sneak peeks as well. Of course, my patrons will get it first, but I'm gonna put up some early chapters of book 8, and then I'll put them up, elsewhere in little snippets, maybe on Instagram or something like that. But I wanted to let you know he's back on the case. That will be coming out soon. God's Eye as well. I've been trying to pace it because I wanted it to come out roughly around the same time. So that'll be coming out, and then probably maybe in about a month as well, because I think that the audio will probably come out in about a month for Monsters, and then the audio for God's Eye will come out maybe a month and a half, 2 months after that. As you guys heard, it will not be Nick, not because we don't love Nick. Nick is absolutely amazing, but because with a new series, I figured why not try a new narrator, audio performer, and I'm happy to announce it's going to be Luke Daniels, who is an absolute master of his craft as well, so I look forward to working with that guy. Let's see what else. I just did a interview yesterday with the awesome book YouTube reviewer. I don't know if there's a more formal title, Daniel Greene, but we had a really good time rapping about some stuff, joking, doing whatever, blah blah blah. So that is up, and except for one or two trollites has always come out of the mist for us. People are really enjoying that. What else is going on? I wanted to let you know, so Jordan Con was supposed to be last weekend, which I would have seen you guys, but obviously Corona put a kibosh on that. They are still doing some virtual panels and stuff like that, and I think I may be doing another virtual talk with them in a week or something like that, but you can check them out if you're interested. But one of the cool things that we're doing is that Geneva and our super awesome head auditor Jeremy Jordan are running online games for the Land board game, right? And they are looking for more people who might want to basically be an auditor. I think that's basically being the dungeon master for it. So if you're interested in that, message me, not here because there's always too many comments, but just send a message to the page and we will hook you up. And obviously we reward our auditors, so they're awesome. And there's gonna be prizes for them, more swag, and at the end, we're the best auditors, the people that donate the most and help the most for charity and everything else like that, will be doing a game with yours truly online. So we will be getting that. Let's see. I'm super duper excited to say that the charity drive we're doing this month, which is the Miss Villagers Take Care of Their Own, has donated more than $2,000 to various Miss Villagers that are having a hard time during this coronavirus. They're having issues with with rent or with groceries or whatever. They are working as hard as they can, and they are champions. But I am so happy to announce that only halfway through, we have donated $2,000 to people that are in need, and that is because you guys and everyone that is donating to the Patreon, like I said, all the money that it's gathered this month will just be going back into helping Miss Villagers. So again, thank you for being part of the solution. You're absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. But yeah, like I said, book 9 will be coming out later this year. I'm working on it as I tighten up everything else. Things got slowed down with some family tragedies, as you guys know, and obviously with the coronavirus, but I am on the case, and I am still anticipating that you guys will get it this year. Some people were asking about DragonCon. Based on the quarantine and everything like that, I'm not really sure how that's going to shake out. I'm sure you guys are looking at the same time me, those of you that like to come down for it. But if I hear anything, I will absolutely let you know. And let's see. Oh yes. So, my wonderful assistant has brought up a couple questions that have been posed in the Daniel Greene interview. First, somebody was like, "I thought you were Asian." I've also been called a weeb, which I had to look up, which basically stands for someone who's not Japanese but loves Japanese culture. Again, my name is Alaron Kiyonori Koyoshi Kong. I'm not saying it's the most Asian name. I'm saying it's the most Asian name. So, yes, very proud of all of my various cultures, but Japanese as well. So I don't know if that gives me more credit in the LitRPG scene, but boom, boom. Let's see. The other thing, obviously, the trolls have come out with the LitRPG trademark. I don't really know how else I can say it. I'm going to see if we can sort of cut together one of those things where through the years I keep saying it, but I successfully trademarked LitRPG like 3 to 4 years ago. I can't even remember when. And as I've said every time, I did it to protect the genre. I did it to keep people that were going to be acting in bad faith from trying to keep other people out or charge them. I will never charge an author for writing in it. I will never try to inhibit anyone for writing in it. And I guess the only proof I have is the 3 to 4 years where I've held true to what I've said. So feel free to link this or any of the other many, many, many times whenever one of the trolls come out, but that's I just thought I'd, put that down as well. Okay. Let's see. Beth, Brendan, let me give some shout outs. T-Rex, good to see you. Eric Edward, what's going on? And so this is a good question. All right, so Eric's saying, I've always wondered what made you want to add LGBTQ elements in Richter. Many books use female bisexuality, but not, I'm not able to, what made me, add those kind of elements in? One, I thought it would just be kind of cool and funny. But two, when I was writing the books, I've said before, my number one goal was and still is to write an enjoyable story. I wanted something that wrap people up and let them dive into a new world. But as I was writing the first one, I realized that writing something fun wasn't enough for me. I wanted it to be something that could also be a tool for good in this world, not to put too fine a point on it. And I tried to figure out how to do that. One thing that I've learned is that arguing with people on the internet usually doesn't really work. It doesn't really do anything. Trying to tell people like, hey, you're wrong. I mean, it just sort of engenders feelings of animosity and people digging their heels in, and it becomes more about winning than actually about trying to learn something new. What I have found is something that is useful in both in a personal way and in a public way is that if you slowly and in a comfortable environment give people information so that they can educate themselves so that they can expand their own minds, then that can work to a certain extent, right? The way I think of it is systematic desensitization. And it's the same reason that I made my main character black, and yes, that is also clarification. I'm saying it again. My main character is black, Richter's black, like Wakanda, the whole deal. And the reason that I put my own face and use my own real name for the books, and the reason is that there aren't very many black, fantasy and sci-fi main characters that are in the mainstream of books. And there aren't very many black authors that are out there in the mainstream of books that are doing very well. I mean, there's plenty, but they don't really get like a lot of love, right? And so the thought process is, people will feel however they're going to feel about race, and that is deeply ingrained and has been learned from the dinner table, and it's not the kind of thing that you can just shout and change someone's mind over, a second. But what if people that felt a negative thing about race? What if people that felt a negative thing about LGBTQ? What if people that felt a negative thing about women, right? Saw a black author and a black main character that they like. Maybe they say, maybe some of this stuff that I've learned about race has another side. maybe seeing like LGBTQ stuff and, you know, that's not like shoved down someone's throat, because I hate that too, but instead is just sort of put out there like it shouldn't even be questioned, right? It's a casual kind of thing. Maybe that also can break through some of the indoctrinations of people that people feel about, like, well, because you're this group, it must mean something about you. By having strong female characters, by having women that fight the same as men, maybe over time, as opposed to being like, you know, women's rights or, you know, any of these other kind of things where it immediately puts people's back up, right? It can slowly break through walls just by normalizing something that should be normal for all of us, right? I mean, because the end of the day, the takeaway is like, just because you're part of something, one group, it doesn't mean everything about you, right? I mean, except for Nazis. Fuck those guys. But other than that, and I feel like we should be pretty much on the same page about that one. Like, this stuff should just be like a facet of who you are, right? It's not something that tells you who you are. So, yeah, I didn't know, so I think we're going to get super deep into that, but I hope that answers your question, Eric. And also, I just feel like if you put someone in a fantasy world and they're in charge, they're pretty much going to be down to clown. That's the third reason. Okay. All right. What's up to Brett? What's up to Warden? I see you're excited about Luke Daniels. Shannon, always a pleasure to see you, my love. Let's see. Yeah, Luke is awesome. So Matt is asking about release dates. So I said it again. Nick should be finishing the rough draft of Monsters now. He had a cold. He's 100% better. Not Corona. He's better. So ideally we'll be able to I'm going to do a pre-order. I'm going to you know, set up, like, you know, line all the ducks in a row, but hopefully that'll be out in about a month or so, provided everything keeps working well. Same thing with God's Eye. That'll come out like 2 weeks after that, 3 weeks after that for the ebook. And the audiobook, I need to talk to Luke again because everything slowed down because of Corona, but hopefully that'll come out 2 months after, and ideally book 9 will come out by the end of the year. Excuse me. And to answer earlier questions, because I'm sure you will love God's Eye, I just might be able to get that out by the end of the year as well, so we'll see. Let's see. Arv says, hey, Dad. Do I look like your dad? What's going on? Yeah, thank you, Nando. The hair does look good. These curls are going on. And if you didn't know, it's a business up front, party in the back. Yeah. First haircut I ever gave myself. Girlfriend is not a fan. Not a fan. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Keith says, won't listen to it. You know, Nick likes Luke, if that's okay. In fact, I'm going to have Nick do a PSA where he supports this idea, okay? Because he's a fan of Luke, okay? Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. Lindsay Conley Avila, wonderful to see you. George, what's going on? Warden says, wait, am I behind? God's Eye, is that a completely new series? Yes, God's Eye is a completely new series. And also, there is a clip of me reading the prologue to God's Eye, and that's on YouTube, my YouTube channel, which many people don't know that I have a YouTube channel. Just type in YouTube Aileron Kong, and it'll come up. But yeah, no, it's a whole new series. There are some links to the land that are very fun, that have been planned forever and ever and ever ago. But no, it is a new world, a new series, and I hope you guys love it. Let's see, Leaf says, what's up? Places he wishes Nick was doing God's Eye. I know, but you know, Nick is amazing. You know, I told you guys before, he's usually booked up 4 years in advance. Because we're boys, he always leaves a little bit of space open for me. But, you know, I mean, I'm taking this whole, you know, thing seriously. I gotta make other relationships. It's very scary, like when a new doctor comes. But, you know, for the most part, I feel like the new doctors have done pretty right by us. So I promise we will do right by you. Okay. Scott, what's going on? Covercott says, love your books. I really appreciate that, sir. Thank you for reading. Jeremy, good to see you again, man. Dakota Oxendine, I think this is the first time here. Welcome. Brett says, sign me up. So I'm guessing that's for Jeremy. Again, anyone that wants to help out with the online board game of the land, which is super duper fun. We did it all at Mistfest. Just send the message to the account and we will connect you. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so Edwin says, when is the land game coming out? As far as the board game, we're still doing like beta testing and all that other kind of stuff and trying to see the best way to do it. But we're going to be rolling things out periodically. As far as the video game, maybe one day. There's some talks going on, but don't I can't tell you anything more than that. Okay. Adam, what's going on? So Gregory says, love the last book, but ended too soon was my only complaint. Where can I pre-order the next one? You are awesome, Gregory. Again, I'm hoping for book 9 to come out by the end of the year. And I'm working on it while I'm working on everything else. And yeah, so I appreciate you, and I appreciate everyone for making Monsters a success. I know that it took a long time to come out, and it was not everyone that you wanted to see, and I totally get it. No harm, no foul. But you guys made me in the top 5 books on Amazon out of like 40 million, 30 million, something like that. I am now a Wall Street Journal bestseller because of you guys. You're amazing, and I appreciate you. You rock. Shout out to Evan Durham, my brother from another mother. I want my prime rib, sir. Get it to me. Jen says, it looks like I'm winning at life. It's because of your smiling face. Makes me smile. Hello. What's up, Kenny? What's up, Quincy? So Quincy's COVID-free, so I hope that you guys are all COVID-free. I hope that you guys are all staying safe. I know that it's been going on for... seems like forever. I know that, you know, we've never had to do this kind of thing before, but I just want everyone to remember that even though we're going stir crazy, remember that the reason we've never been treated like this before is that something like this has never happened before. We're calling it a pandemic because that sounds a lot better than plague or some other word they could use. And we have no vaccine, we have no cure for it. The only thing we can do is staying away from each other. So I know that we're all going stir crazy, but please keep doing it. I want all of them in this village to stay safe. So I appreciate what you do. And I'm going to be doing more Facebook Lives. I will not keep the curls from you. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So Derek says he loves the books, listen to each 10 times. I really appreciate you, sir. Go for 11. That's what I say. Done. Game changer. You know, your girlfriend doesn't like it. Psh, she wasn't the right one. I don't know if she's listening. I'm just making that up. Okay. Oh man, I skipped to a bunch of stuff. Let's see. All right, I'm scrolling back up to see if I missed anything. Let me send out a bunch of Gnomes rules. Let's see what else is going on. So Shannon, love you too, sweetie. So Corey says, you know what the Misfit let you know that anyone's going on COVID, but I couldn't understand that, but appreciate it. So Michael says, I seceded. End arguments with all Gnomes rule. Jose says, who wants a mustache ride? That is one of the best, scenes in cinema history. Yeah. And right on, Noah. Heck yeah, for black protagonist. And Christian Matut says, I thought he was a Latin lover. I say that if anyone tries hard enough, they can find a little Latin lover inside of them. You got to really try, though. Okay. So I'm getting a bunch of love from you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And let's see. Quincy says worked in Blazing Saddles. Definitely did. Love you too, Lee. Glad to see ya. I wanted to say Richter Zumak, but I noticed the characters often make reference to it. Is it more for colorful dialogue or to further clarify it? So the JM, it's both, right? It's to remind people in a way that's never shoving it down their throats, but also because it's just sort of funny. So you try to walk a line between making a good point and also not being annoying. I like to lean more towards the not annoying than making a good point. Unless the point is being funny, then I lean way into it. But that's me. So, Blake, glad you made it. So Mason saying, just curious, have you ever read the Sword of Truth series, and do you know about the Wizard's rules? I am a sci-fi fantasy nerd, so I have definitely read Sword of Truth series. I started his spinoff. I never really got into it. But I feel like Good Kind, aggressive ponytail aside, is a master of his craft. He's absolutely, absolutely great. And I think I throw a shout out to him in one of the books somewhere. But yeah, he's awesome. So, he's good. Let's see. I'm glad everyone agrees with saying fuck the Nazis. Yeah, fuck those guys. All right. And Michael says, wants more good chaos seeds. They are coming. Gnomes rule to everyone giving the shout out. And Gregory says, are bugbears the Nazis of the land? Dude, honestly, no, they're not that bad because they're the worst, period. So, no, I will let you know, but I have not written anything in my books as evil as them. So, all right. I'm glad everyone's excited about Book 8 on Audible. Nathaniel Talich says, hot ones, not sure, but I'll take the compliment if it's coming towards me. Jeremy says, love the hair. Let's see. Jared says, late to the party is Luke Daniels narrating God's Eye. He is. Again, Nick is amazing. Nick will always be the voice of Richter. If there's ever an animated series, part of the contract, no discussion, is that Nick gets to do some of the voices. But, you know, I am a professional author doing my thing, so I feel like I need to try to make other strong connections. I agree, Nick is a wizard. He's amazing. I can't even imagine anyone doing anything better than him. But at the same time, there are other amazing people out there, and Luke is at the top of that list, so I'm looking forward to working with him. Yeah. All right. Victor, everyone's loving the curls. Appreciate you. Let's see. Trevor says he does not mind the cut. Thank you. It was free. Yes. Gregory's asking, is God's Eye linked to the land? So, there will be some things that are pointed out that you may remember that were sort of like, you know, Easter eggs that you didn't know about in earlier books of the land that you will see, but it is a new world and different magic system, and I hope that you guys love it. So Rhea Oak says, too bad I can't come to Victoria, BC for Canada for a beer. I'll take you up on it next time. Tyler says, thank you for your efforts in both of your professions. How are you doing physically, mentally? I really appreciate that. I mean, like the rest of you, and like the rest of the world, I think that I was operating under just kind of a constant low level of stress for most of this. And I imagine, like the rest of you, this has normalized a bit for me as time goes on, right? And honestly, what I'm concerned about is that normalization. I think it's very good if anyone's able to not be as stressed as they were when, you know, this was all a little bit more new. But I just do really recommend people just look at the facts, actual facts, to determine what their actions are going to be. And I mean, the facts are, we're still looking at 30,000 new cases a day, roughly on average, in the United States. And sadly, we're still looking at 2,500 to 3,000 deaths a day in the United States. And those numbers have vacillated a little bit over the past month, but not too much has really appreciably changed over the past month. And when I'm talking to my friends that are ER docs, you know, internal medicine docs, intensivists around the country, you know, I mean, again, we don't have something that's turning this around. It's just that it's feeling normalized because that's what we do as a species to cope with stress. So please just keep doing what we say, like, you know, just social distance, wash your hands. I want everyone to make it through this. So again, yes, a little stir crazy, but it helps talking to you guys. And I hope that you guys are drawing some strength from each other. And I think that'd be awesome. Okay, so again, God's Eye, yep, coming out. Luke is super duper good. I agree with Lindsay. All right. Michael Fuentes says, "Hey, Miss Lord, right back at you." Let's see. Michael says he likes Simon Vance. I will look into that. I'd never listened to an audiobook until I listened to Nick doing mine, or when I was interviewing other people, and then I found Nick, and he was far and away the best, as you guys agree. But yeah, I've never really been super into audiobooks. Pretty sure it's my undiagnosed ADD. Fairly certain about that. Okay. So Duncan's asking, will God's Eye have multiple books? It will definitely have multiple books. It is my new series, not a new standalone. I have some ideas for standalones that I want to do, but no, God's Eye is going to be a long-term series, and I hope that you guys love it. Let's see. It is going to be darker than the land, if that tells you anything. Jessica says she loves my brain. Right back at you. Okay, that was a Ghostbusters 2 reference if nobody gets it. Okay, so Quincy's asking, joint venture eventually for God's Eye and Land crossover. I'm so happy you said that. I think that was a spoiler. You guys know what to do. Okay, so Brett wants the Land RPG for Xmas gifts. We will see. All right, so Edwin, nobody punched me. Well, actually, I cannot lie. Edwin says, who punched you in the eye? And the truth is, there was an asshole that punched me in the eye, but that punch in the eye was from a bar fight like 8 years ago. Sadly, he came out of nowhere, and I was wearing glasses, so the edge of the glass cut me a little bit, right? Since then, I have developed allergies, and it's slowly darkening, but I'm now taking medication to clear it up. But yeah, there was in Mike was a time. But now I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay, I am gonna have to try to finagle this or hold it because I have to plug it in. Hold on. Wait. All right. I'm hoping that you can't turn your phone while recording. Okay, so that did not work, so I'm just gonna have to hold this. Okay. Richard says, love you, man. Love you right back, dude. Let's see. Animated series. Oh, God, I hope so. I mean, they're doing so much cool, anime and stuff that's coming out. Obviously, I've told you guys my favorite is Goblin Slayer. I would love that, type of animation. But, we'll see. We'll see. All right. Tracy Brown's asking any information on movie or series prospects. Not yet. I'm starting to make connections with agents that actually have connections and stuff out there, but it's like herding cats, apparently. And since I'm not living in LA, it makes it that much harder to be invited to the parties where they're like, booby, baby, I love it. So we'll see. I don't know. All right, so Spencer says he's a newish follower, love Land. Would you ever consider a Land video game? I absolutely would love it, but we'll have to see if it happens. All right, let's see. So Eric Neely says, come on, important questions. Are you playing Animal Crossing? No, but I did dig up. So you guys know that Civ 4 is obviously and without dispute the greatest game of all time. I've put in 10,000 hours. It's amazing. But I decided to dive back into 5 and 6 because I haven't really played since the mods, and I've been kind of enjoying them. I'm not going to lie. 5 is interesting because I like the city-states and everything else like that. 6 is more graphically appealing. It's nerfed down a little bit, obviously, because, the franchise was like, it's too complicated and we're going to lose people, which is the opposite. If you guys have read The Land, you know that I don't mind complications. But it's not bad. The stuff that they brought out is fun. I especially like the ecological disasters. You're going to start seeing some of that coming up, and definitely in some of the books. So, yeah, I hope you're enjoying it. And, I play a little old school Titanfall every once in a while. All right, so William Craig says he wants a Gnomes World bumper sticker. So Gnomes World bumper stickers, again, are free for everyone. So just message me on here your address, and I'll put one in the mail for you. They are either free, or you can buy one for $5, and if you buy it for $5, all proceeds go to charity. But yeah, so anyone that wants one for free or whatever, I've got plenty. Just let me know, and we'll put them in the mail. And I'd appreciate it if you just snapped a pic and tagged at LitRPG Books or hashtag LitRPG. That's it. All right. Derry's asking how many books in the land. So the answer, as always, is I'm hoping for a lifetime, 50 books, a series, a Hugo Award, and a video game, and maybe a couple cameos with Holly or Scarlet or that kind of stuff. It's fine. Okay. Gregory says finally found the time to read the last book. Kept putting it off. I cannot expand your. Oh, I finally expanded it. I am hoping that you enjoyed it like a great steak. Rachel says, don't worry about how long it took for book 8 to come out. You guys all heard it here. So if you have any problems, talk to Rachel. I really appreciate you reading it. Yeah. Let's see. So Charles says Blight sounds way cooler. I don't know what that's in reference to, but it is a good name. Will Wheaton is awesome, and he's awesome in Star Trek. So I love that little scrappy guy. Okay. So Jacob Bosk is asking, he works in wastewater. Is COVID transfer through wastewater? I'm sorry, I don't know the answer to that, man. I checked the CDC site periodically, and all they're still saying is, still hand and droplet contact. But I know it's supposed to be a relatively fragile virus that dies pretty quickly from antiseptic washes and from sunlight. So if you guys have UV going through, which I think is pretty standard in most wastewater stuff, depending on where you're working with it, it ideally should die, but unfortunately I just don't know. So Nathan's, oh man, all right, so I lost you, Nathan, sorry. All right, so Alan says, how much time has passed for the 6 books? So the first 6 books went at lightning speed. I wrote 6 books in 14 months, which, I don't know, it sounds impressive to me. And then the 7th one came out, and it was 4 times the size of book 1, but it took a year. And then there were 2 years of space between 7 and 8, which is not going to be normal. But several things happened. One, if you guys have been following along, you know that there's been some tragedies in the family and some big scares, and that changed things. Also, a bunch of things happened in the work life where I transitioned. That changed some things, and I was writing 2 at a time and sort of seeing how that worked out. So it's not that everything slowed down that much, and despite everything that happened, I still average like a book a year as far as like writing schedule. But it's not going to be that long again. Thank God the scares have gone away and the tragedies are fading backwards. But yeah, just letting you know. All right, so Adam Moore says he's level 32 today. So you are the birthday of this live, so you win a free t-shirt. So Adam, just message us with your shirt size and your address, and we'll send you one out. Happy birthday, dude. All right, let me send out another Gnome's Rule. So Christian is asking, speaking of LGBTQ, have you ever introduced a trans chaos lead? Honestly, I probably wouldn't, just because I'm like just a kind of a slightly clueless straight dude about it. So I don't know if I would be able to bring anything to the character that would differentiate it from other people that are, you know, qualify in, you know, LGBTQ. So I don't know. Like, I've known enough women to write them, I think, in a way that doesn't get me completely brought up in front of a tribunal, and it seems fairly realistic. But no, I think that I won't ever dive too deep into, you know, those various transformations unless I had something to say, and right now I don't think I do for that kind of character. Yeah. Okay, so Gregory says, love shoutouts to We Didn't Need Firefly lines. There are Firefly lines. Thank you very much. Firefly is the greatest sci-fi fantasy show of all time. I've been trying to meet the man himself for a minute. I thought I had an in because I knew someone that worked on The Rookie. And actually, I have a great t-shirt for him. So if you've seen it, hit me up. I will send you your t-shirt. It is awesome and a one of a kind. So... so Nathan's saying Hot Ones on YouTube. I still don't know what that is, so I'm going to write that down and check it out. So Charles says, can I offer you an... Okay. All right. I don't know if you lost me for a second, but it looks like we're back. So Hot Ones on YouTube is a series where you eat hot wings and do a YouTube. I'd be about that. I'd love some hot wings. I mean, you guys aren't going to want to see what happens after, but yeah, I'm about that. All right. I want to say what's up to Justin Seek. Hello. All right. Skipping. Shout out to Simon Trebelsi, my boy. He's the one a trailer forever ago. Hopefully we can get him to do another one soon. Robert Jones, what's up, frat? Good to see you. 06. Let's see. Aaron David Johnson, I agree with you. Effie says, am I still in ATL? I am definitely ATL. I am a Southerner. I am an AT alien. That is how we roll. And it's where I make the perfect margarita. Yeah. So Robert Jones asking, was my major in college? My major in college was pretty much anything that I thought would get me laid, for the most part. I was a linguistics major. Then I developed that into romance. And then I was engineering. And then I was astronomy. And then for one term, I was women's studies. That was actually the most successful. And then they were like, you can't come back because you keep messing around. So, and then Morehouse took me into its bosom and made me into the medical man that I am. So I became a psych major with a bio minor and went through to become the first triple Morehouse alum in history, Morehouse College, medical school, and internal medicine residency program. And that's how I became a doc. Yeah. All right. So Lindsay says, what about the Alma stuffed animal? I don't know if you've heard, but China got shut down, and that's where we were going with it. So we were still on it. We were also looking at the caps, which are really super cool. I would get up and get one, but as you guys have probably guessed, since I don't like wearing sleeves, usually I'm not wearing any pants. So I'm not going to get up, but they are awesome. So yeah. All right. Let's see. So David Krause is saying, is Cyan based on a friend of yours, someone who wants to know? So Cyan isn't based on a friend of mine, but the interaction between Richter and Cyan is based on some very awesome friendships that I've had. there's this great meme that I see where like it shows the difference between friends and best friends, and with a friend it's like there's two dudes and one of them throws up and the guy picks his buddy up and he puts him in bed. And a best friend, it shows like the first sequence is the same where two dudes and one of them throws up and his buddy picks him up and then he takes him to a wrestling ring and slams him down and stands over him like this. And that's how best friends are. If you cannot take advantage of a cheap laugh at your friend's expense, you don't know the true meaning of friendship, in my opinion. So that's how they roll, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. So LaShonda says bar fight. Yes, again, back in my tempestuous youth, I was known to cause a ruckus, but now I'm a kind writer, and I just take it out on my characters. So R.I.P. Calder. Okay, too soon. Okay. All right. So people are getting excited about God's Eye. I really appreciate that. Robert's asking if I ever took any creative writing. No, so I never took any writing courses in my life. I never wrote anything before. When I was writing book 1, I thought no one would ever read it. I had this idea that one day my grandkids would be clearing out my house after I died and they'd find an old shoebox with a manuscript in it or something. Never imagined my life would take this kind of toll or like, turn. And honestly, a lot of my English professors really hated me. I mean, they were just man, I actually thought about some of them and how much they might hate some of the stuff I was reading. I was like, fuck those guys. So no, I never had any idea. All I knew is that I loved reading. I loved fantasy. I love, I started with Spell for Chameleon, by Piers Anthony, Raymond D. Feist, clinched it for me reading The Magician. It was an omnibus that I bought in an airplane terminal when I was flying from Australia back to the U.S. And I read the whole thing on the plane. I just couldn't stop. And I've been able to meet some of these awesome, amazing authors. Like I just said in Daniel Greene's interview, I've been able to talk to Sanderson a couple times, who was the kindest, sweetest, most awesome person ever. Can't say enough great things about that guy. But no, I just started writing, and luckily enough, my tribe found me, and you guys liked it. So yeah, right on. All right, so let's see. Brendan Brady is asking, have you ever heard of Zenith? I haven't. It's a new VMart. So I keep hearing about all these really cool VR MMOs, right? And cool games that are coming out that are having Kickstarters and whatever. And it just feels like a tease. Like, they look really, really cool, but where are they? Where are they, man? Is anything cool dropped recently that's different? I'd be all about that. Okay. So Doug Whale says he just got Civ 6 for Switch. Okay, is that so you can play in your hands? That's pretty cool. That's a good idea. All right. So let's see. So Blake says if you loved Avatar: The Airbender in Korea, check out the Netflix Dragon Quest. I like Dragon Quest. It's a little kid for me, but I like it, and I agree. The animation looks a lot like Airbender. What I'm looking forward to is Space Force with Steve Carell. That's about the new branch of the armed forces, and about how no one really has a real idea about what it's supposed to do, and I think it looks hilarious. We made a group, so check that out, and I'll put a link. Let's see. All right, let me keep skipping forward. So Duncan says, are there any sneak peeks for Patreon? There are absolutely going to be sneak peeks for Patreon. I will start putting those up about a month or 3 weeks before it goes live, and my patrons, who are greatly appreciated and are the only reason we've been able to donate $2,000 this month, they will definitely be there. So absolutely. So let's see. Garrett's asking, how did the test play go? I heard apparently the test play went awesome. And again, the Land RPG is a real thing, and we're looking for more people to be the DM or the auditors. So just message me, and we will make that happen. Okay, right on. Ed says he loves the new hair. Appreciate you, Ed. Let's see. All right, let me give a couple more. So I think we're getting to. So again, Land Roleplaying Game board game is real. Message the page if you want to help be an auditor, and the best auditors are going to do a live game with me at the end. Let's see. Again, we've donated over $2,000 to Miss Villagers in Need. Thank you guys so much for being part of the solution. You're awesome. Release dates, Nick is feeling better. Book 8 audio the rough draft should be done in about a week, and hopefully I'm going to put it up for pre-order, and hopefully that'll be out in about a month or so, maybe like a month and a half. God's Eye ebook will be coming out a little bit after that, probably 2-3 weeks after that, and Luke Daniels will be doing the audio for it, and that'll come out 2-3 months after that. So you're amazing. And let's see. Gregory Doreza says, how does my girlfriend critique your stories? She thinks that I write about too many other women with the main character. I don't know if you guys have ever had a girlfriend, but yeah, that pretty much checks out. Chase Henley says, dude, love your book with all due respect. You look like the alien from Meatball. Come on, man. These girls are rocking. They're awesome. All right. So John says that his girlfriend was questioning why why I was watching until you complimented Firefly, and now she's a fan. So happy. Awesome. All right, everyone just keeps talking about Hot Ones. I'm going to check that out. Let's see. All right, so let me skip to the end. Justin Barber, what's going on? Mike Hackett says, have I watched Picard? I did, and I loved it. I love Jean-Luc Picard. I love what he brings to it. I love seeing my old friends from the new generation. I love the cameos for other characters. I'm not going to spoil it in case anyone has seen it, but no, I loved it. I love the fact that there's more story told with these wonderful and powerful characters that have been part of my life for decades. And I know there's always critiques, but honestly, I mean, like, at the end of the day, for all the people that are criticizing, and it's like, you're totally, like, entitled to your opinion, and I get it, but it's like, aren't you happier that we're doing more? Aren't you happier that more exists in the canon, right? I mean, the Star Wars 1, 2, and 3, yeah, they were kind of boo-boo in my opinion compared to other stuff, but I'm still happy they exist. I'm still happy that they took a shot and did it, right? So I don't know. I say that we should take more shots, and it's okay if there's more swings and misses. I mean, come on. The Great Bambino struck out more than anyone else, but we remember him, right? And we're happy that we do. So anyway, that's how I feel about the whole thing. All right. Anyway, you guys are absolutely amazing. You're absolutely awesome. I'm going to do this more, and I'm going to see you guys more. I appreciate you. None of this would be possible without you. Thank you. Please tell your friends about the land, and if you haven't yet, please leave a review for book 1 or a good one for book 8. Definitely wouldn't hurt, and all that stuff. But in the meantime, I haven't eaten today, and I'm going to go do that. So let me just say peace, love, perfect margarita. See you later.